Good Friday evening, March 7th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. A Wenatchee man arrested for an alleged hate crime last year must undergo a mental health assessment before he can stand trial. The Grant County Sheriff's Office has a new undersheriff. Mild temperatures are expected this weekend with cooler and wetter weather next week. Your full local weather forecast is straight ahead. The pilot found deceased in a plane crash site located near Whiskey Dick Mountain on Tuesday has been identified by authorities. According to Kittitas County Sheriff's Office Inspector Chris Whitsitt, the pilot was 70-year-old Susan Johnson of Waterville. Johnson's plane was originally declared missing after disappearing from aviation radar detection on Tuesday while flying from Yakima to Chelan. A search ensued until a life flight helicopter search led to the discovery of the plane crash site in Kittitas County. The cause of Johnson's death is still to be determined through an autopsy by the Kittitas County coroner, Nick Henderson. Chelan County is one of the top 10 Washington state counties with the most federal worker unemployment claims. According to the State Employment Security Department, unemployment claims from federal employees have doubled from this time last year. Chelan County came in 9th on the list of the top 10 counties where impacted federal employees live, with 30 employees entering claims. King County came in first with 207 claims. The rise in unemployment is due to sweeping employee cuts made last month by the Trump administration. In February, nearly 40 employees from the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest were laid off, though it's unclear how many of those employees lived in Chelan County. ESD figures show 116 employees from the U.S. Department of the Interior have made unemployment claims here in Washington state. A Wenatchee man arrested for an alleged hate crime last year must undergo a mental health assessment before he can stand trial. 72-year-old Curtis Truitt was arrested in September and charged with 8 felony counts, including first-degree assault, after witnesses said he'd lunged at 2 men with a knife outside the Cascadian building, shouting, "Mexicans, get out." Truitt's lawyer told Chelan County Judge Travis Brandt on Wednesday that Truitt has shown signs of cognitive decline and appears unable to understand his criminal case. Brandt ordered a psychiatric evaluation to determine whether Truitt is competent to stand trial. No further dates are expected until at least July. Directors of North Central Washington's emergency dispatch agencies spent last week meeting with representatives in the other Washington. Rivercom 911 Director Doug Jones was among dispatch executives who traveled to the nation's capital to lobby Congressman Dan Newhouse. Jones was joined by Okanagan County's Chief Communications Deputy Mike Warden, who also got a chance to meet with Senator Maria Cantwell. The junket took 911 coordinators to D.C. from throughout the state to talk over federal issues that affect local emergency response. When we come back, the Moses Lake School Board unanimously approved revisions to its athletics policies to bar transgender athletes from participating in female sports. And the annual winter sports spectacle, Rails and Ales, hosted by Mission Ridge Ski and Board Resort, returns to downtown Wenatchee tomorrow. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Between juggling groceries, preparing meals, and lending a helping hand, you're a hero without a cape. But who's there to support you? Aging and Adult Care honors caregivers like you, the relatives, friends, and neighbors, helping loved ones remain safely at home. Aging and Adult Care offers chore services, respite, personal care, and more. Serving Chelan, Douglas, Grant, Lincoln, Adams, and Okanagan counties, call Aging and Adult Care at 1-800-572-4459 for caregiver support.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect, no matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air. Central Washington Water is your hot spring spa dealer for over 45 years. Shop their showroom and see the new Freshwater Smart IQ. This is a new innovative approach to super simple water care combined with the freshwater salt system to give you clean, balanced spa water naturally. There's a hot tub for every budget. Buy plug-and-play spas starting at $79 per month. See Central Washington Water at the KPQ Home Expo and save up to $1,000 on a hot spring spa. Central Washington Water. The TVL season continues for the Wenatchee Bighorns, and NCWLIFE channel is back with more coverage. Watch the Bighorns take on the Vancouver Volcanoes on Thursday, March 20th at W.B. Smith Gym on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College. Grant Olson and Jamie Council are courtside with all the action. Watch Bighorns basketball on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel.
The Moses Lake School Board unanimously approved revisions to its athletics policies to bar transgender athletes from participating in female sports on Thursday. The policy changes come after President Donald Trump signed the Keeping Men Out of Women's Sports executive order last month that says states who do not follow the order will lose federal funding. The board also voted to send a letter to Washington State Superintendent of Public Instruction Chris Reichdahl informing him of the board's decision to comply with the federal orders. Reichdahl issued a press release on February 6 that said the president's order contradicts state law prohibiting discrimination on the basis of sex. Moses Lake will also review facility usage policies like locker rooms and restrooms to comply with the executive order. The Grant County Sheriff's Office has a new undersheriff. Gary Mansford was appointed to the role this week after 28 years with the department. Mansford has served many roles within the Sheriff's Department, including as patrol sergeant, detective with the Interagency Narcotics Enforcement Team, and sergeant of the Major Crimes Unit. Since 2022, he's been the Chief Deputy of Investigations. Mansford takes over for Undersheriff John McMillan, who will retire on March 31st after 31 years. The 2025 Wenatchee Women's March will take place tomorrow in Memorial Park at 11 a.m. The event is conducted for International Women's Day, which was first recognized in 1910, according to the United States Census Bureau. The annual march is conducted to fight against forms of discrimination, show support for reproductive rights, push forward feminist initiatives, and more. The annual winter sports spectacle, Rails and Ales, hosted by Mission Ridge Ski and Board Resort, returns to downtown Wenatchee tomorrow from noon to 3 p.m. Centennial Park will be abuzz with various family-friendly winter activities. The Rail Jam will commence on Wenatchee Avenue and Orondo Avenue later from 4:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. Attendees can enjoy the show of stunts and tricks down a slope of snow as competitors battle for cash awards. Food and beverage options will include food trucks, a beer garden, and nearby downtown restaurants. The evening will conclude with live music and an awards presentation back at Centennial Park. Coming up next, last month, Thriving Together North Central Washington, the region's health accountability network, launched a series of videos to promote recovery from addiction. We'll have more on that coming up in tonight's feature story. Expect temperatures to be above normal this weekend with cooler and wetter weather on the way next week. I'll have your full local weather forecast coming up.
What are the best words you can hear tonight?
Order ready for Susan?
And if you hear those words at Abby's, you know it's going to be a legendary meal. Your pizza is loaded with toppings to the edge, premium ingredients, and real cheese. Yeah, baby. Gather with friends, play some video games, and watch the big game on TV. That's made Abby's a legendary pizza tradition for generations. And when you're ready to hear those magic words,
Tom, your order's ready.
you know where to go. You're always welcome at Abby's.
This March, Lake Chelan welcomes food and wine lovers to an unforgettable experience. Taste Chelan. 16 of the Valley's top wineries and restaurants create the perfect pairing of fine wines and Epicurean delights. With 4 unique winery tracks and 5 weekends to explore, every visit offers something fresh and exciting. From your first sip to the last bite, every moment is a delicious adventure, so don't wait. Tickets are selling fast. Visit tastechelan.com today.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
NCWLIFE's news team is keeping an eye on North Central Washington. Join us each weekday evening at 5, 6, and 10 for the NCWLIFE Evening News, with interviews, in-depth reporting, and the kind of insights you can't find anywhere else. We're the hometown news station for the Wenatchee Valley, the Cascade Foothills, and up and down the Columbia River. Thanks for watching NCWLIFE, proud to be part of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival.
Last month, Thriving Together North Central Washington, the region's health accountability network, launched a series of videos to promote recovery from addiction. It's part of a program called Community Law Enforcement Aligning in Response to Substance Abuse, or CLEARS, and it aims to help people who seek recovery after a police intervention. The videos will be shown in programs for addicted inmates at the Chelan County Regional Justice Center, as well as other jails. Joseph Hunter manages the network of recovery coaches who work with Thriving Together to help people achieve sobriety. He also serves on the Chelan Douglas Board of Health. In tonight's feature story, Hunter told NCWLIFE's Dan Kuntz the video series is meant to provide hope for people in what seems like hopeless situations.
The CLEARS project, there's a few things to note. One of the things is the importance of people knowing that law enforcement wants to be a positive influence for this population and can do a lot of interventions with their interactions with people out in the community. And so highlighting that relationship between somebody with lived experience and law enforcement is something that's super important, because when you're caught up in your active addiction, most of the time you're so blinded by the fact that these civil servants are trying to help you and be supportive of you because of your anger and, resentment and whatever, and, the drugs manipulating your thought processes. But these stories really signify hope. And I think that, to me, it really is there to also reduce the stigma that, for one, people incarcerated, there's a stigma. 2, addiction. 3, the stigma against law enforcement. And so when you see these videos of these people in recovery turning their life around, finding success in life, and working with law enforcement to do that, it gives hope to people that are incarcerated. And we plan on putting these in our jail system, so when somebody gets booked into jail, they can see this really powerful story of redemption and hopefully use that to access the Recovery Coach program that's in our jail systems.
These are remarkable videos and remarkable stories. The message is hope. The message is there are people out there who give a damn about you, whether you know it or not. Is that essentially it?
Yeah, you want, when somebody's incarcerated and they're, detoxing or just got over a detox, when they see somebody that came from that same background and lifestyle turn their life around, it instantly puts hope in their pocket and gives them the belief that they can achieve that same success themselves.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Friday. Nice and mild out there today. Sunshine this morning, and then a few clouds rolled in this afternoon. Beautiful shot outside our weather window up in Lake Wenatchee today. Still see some snow on Kaler Glen Golf Course, but I'll tell you what, area golf courses very busy over the last few days with these warmer temperatures, and there is more on the way as we get you into the upcoming weekend. We're looking on Saturday with temperatures mainly between 50 and 55 in the Wenatchee area, a little warmer in the Columbia Basin. And then as we get you into Sunday, about 55 degrees here in the Wenatchee area with temperatures approaching 60 for parts of the Columbia Basin. Even though we're going to see a few clouds this weekend, it is going to be nice and mild. And boy, that was our situation today. Unofficially 55 degrees our high today. 50 now is our normal high temperature. How about 2005, 70 degrees our record high. 36 this morning, 4 degrees above where we should be at 32 for this time of year. And our record low set in 2019 of 21 degrees. Sunrise this morning, 6:29, and it sets tonight at 5 minutes to 6. And just wait till Monday. We're talking 5 minutes to 7 or about 7 for our sunset. All right, temperatures as we get you into the weekend. Going to be a nice one. Nice start to our weekend. 55 for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 54 in Quincy, and then low 50s from Ellensburg into Wenatchee. Also Eniat and Chelan, Leavenworth about 50 tomorrow. Kashmir, your high temperature, a pretty nice 51 degrees. Boy, get outside and enjoy the weekend weather. Tonight, high clouds in our forecast. High pressure in northern Nevada, creating that ridge of high pressure over us. That's keeping us stable right now. So just some high clouds tonight with lows in the mid-30s, which is slightly above normal. For Saturday, mostly cloudy skies and seasonal. Most of the clouds in western Washington. Highs in the low 50s. And don't forget, when you head to bed on Saturday night, turn that clock ahead. We are in daylight saving time beginning on Sunday. And as we get there, mostly cloudy skies. You can see that area of low pressure in Saskatchewan. It's going to drag some showers with it through the state. So we could see evening showers on Sunday, but boy, during the day, really nice with highs in the mid-50s. And then for our next work week, once again, a ridge of high pressure slides in over Washington. We will see cooler temperatures as we get back to more of a northwesterly flow. Highs on Monday about where we should be at 50 degrees. And then for Tuesday, here is our next weather maker, and it's not only going to make things wetter on Tuesday, also going to cool us down a bit. Here we go into the evening hours on Tuesday. Snow level Tuesday night into Wednesday about 1,800 feet, so we could see some of that. A 50% chance of mainly rain on Wednesday. Cloudy skies and cooler. Look at that, highs only in the low 40s for midweek Wednesday, so we are going to be below normal throughout most of next week. For Thursday, cloudy skies, a 30% chance for rain. We will warm up as our airflow gets back to a southwesterly origin. We'll see highs on Thursday in the upper 40s. 7-day forecast, 34 overnight tonight. Really a nice weekend, even though we will see mostly cloudy skies both days and maybe some showers. Temperatures, no complaints. Low 50s Saturday, mid 50s on Sunday, 50 your high temperature, a little bit cooler on Monday, and then that cool down continues. Tuesday, a chance for evening showers. I think a better chance for rain on Wednesday. And look at the high on Wednesday, only 43. We rebound a little bit temperature-wise on Thursday with a 30% chance of rain. High temperature then of 47 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report for Dan Kuntz and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Hi, everybody. Dan Coons filling in for Grant Olson. Good news. We passed the hat. We raised the bail money. Eric will be back on Monday. We'll start out with Kraken hockey. Adam Larson scored just 32 seconds into the game. And then that was about it. As the Nashville Predators scored 3 goals in the second period, salted it away 5-3. Nashville over the Kraken last night. Seattle is now 3-6-1 over their last 10 games. They'll take on the Philadelphia Flyers tomorrow morning at 9:30 on the American Broadcasting Company. Seattle Mariners played 2 games last night, but it wasn't a doubleheader split squad. One team played the Angels, the other team played the Diamondbacks. One of them was a tie. It's spring training, so they don't worry about extra innings. I mean, why take those kinds of chances? Samad Taylor, though, drove in the first 2 runs of the game with a base hit in the second inning in the Diamondbacks game.
To make that out, we don't want that.
Taylor with a base hit. And this is going to get 2 runs home. Seattle makes it 2-0 against Merrill Kenner.
Sinker good from Merrill. A lot of fastballs for a guy who doesn't really dominate with that fastball usage. He throws a lot of different pitches a lot of different times, but must be trying to get a feel of that sinker a lot tonight.
3 hits in the inning for the Mariners, 4 in the game against Merrill. And Seattle takes a 2-0.
That was on the road in Peoria. The Angels and the Mariners played to a 5-5 tie, but Brian Wu looked really good. We like to see this. He pitched 2 1/3 innings. He struck out 6. He only walked 1. He only gave up 1 hit. Mitch Garver hit his second home run of the spring training in the 6th inning.
Mitch Garver to bat now for Seattle.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, crushed on the left field line by Garver, tailing towards the line, and it is gone. It's fair and gone. Home run. Mitch Garver, 2-run blast, and the Mariners take the lead. It's 4-2. Mitch Garver continues to sizzle this spring.
Second home run of the spring.
It's just laced, got right over the wall, tucked into the corner.
Mariners take on the world champion Dodgers. I still can't used to saying that. That's in Peoria tonight, 5:40 on Root Sports. However, there is rain in the forecast in Arizona, so we shall see if they play that. Number 5 seed Michigan beat the 12th seeded Washington Huskies yesterday in Indianapolis in the Big 12 tournament. The final was 66-58. Delayla Daniels led Washington with 22 points and 10 rebounds. For the Huskies, they just have to wait now until Sunday, March 16th to see if they make the NCAA tournament, and they're going to make the NCAA tournament. Looks pretty good. As far as the schedule this weekend for the Cougars, they know when they're going to play. They just don't know who they're going to play. The West Coast Conference Tournament in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. The Cougar men will tip off at 8:30 tomorrow night. Who they play, we don't know yet. We won't know until tomorrow. For the women's tournament, Washington State will play Sunday afternoon at 2. Again, we don't know who. Pretty rough day yesterday and a pretty rough day today for the local teams at the state tournament. We'll start off with the ladies. Yesterday, Linden Christian beat Kashmir 45-32. Kashmir earlier today lost to Zilla 61-39 in a loser-out game. So Kashmir, their season has come to an end. Brewster girls only scored 30 points. When you only scored 30 points, you're probably going to lose. They did. Napavine beat the Lady Bears 36-30. That means Brewster took on Mabton 2 o'clock this afternoon in a loser-out game. Waterville Mansfield beat a team they're very familiar with, Pateras. These 2 teams play all the time. This one was taking place in Spokane. Waterville Mansfield girls move on to the semis, beating Pateras. They took on Waterville Mansfield took on Garfield Palouse beginning at 5:30 tonight in the state semifinals. Go Shockers. And Pateras and Yakima Tribal played a loser-out game. It says 9 a.m. It was actually 10:30 this morning by press time. I don't have the final. All right, to the boys we go. Chelan got shellacked by Royal. Royal's the number 2 seed. They're good. They beat the Chelan Boy Goats 67-46. Chelan took on Kings at 2 o'clock this afternoon in a loser-out game. If they win, they can still finish as high as 3rd. In 2B, Colfax beat Okanagan 58-50 yesterday to end Okanagan, and then had to go on and play Liberty Bell. Again, a team that they're quite familiar with. Okanagan defeating Liberty Bell earlier today 60-56. Okanagan moves on. They can still get a trophy. Liberty Bell, their season came to an end. Elmira Cooley Heartline and Moses Lake Christian, 2 of the best teams in the state in our neighborhood. ACH beat Moses Lake Christian, beat them good 63-48. So the Elmira Cooley Heartline boys team could win the state championship. They got to get by DeSales. They'll tip off at 7:15. Easy for me to say. The Wenatchee Wild will try and keep pace with the Seattle Thunderbirds. They are trying to get that 8th and final playoff spot. By the way, all 7 playoff spots in the Western Conference have now been claimed because Portland, Tri-City, and Vancouver all clinched spots in the last couple of days. So they are at home tonight against Prince George. They'll be in Kennewick tomorrow to take on the Tri-City Americans. Seattle, by the way, the team we're chasing, plays Portland twice. They play Portland tonight in the Rose City and then back up in Kent later on this weekend on Saturday, as a matter of fact. And Big Horns basketball, they're in Big Sky Country to take on the Great Falls Electric. That's a great name for a team. They play tonight at 8 o'clock and then again tomorrow. At 8 o'clock, we'll have all of the scores and highlights come Monday. And those are just some of the games that people are playing.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great weekend.